Introductions are so there are a lot of ways to create an introduction. So for me, one of the things that I definitely align to is one of the reasons that I have been learning from Alex Hermosi, where you don't know much about the guy, but then the value that you put on the table gives you that credibility, gives you that trust in the market, because you are adding so much of value. People, like, think about the fitness, I wouldn't say fitness model, but the fitness instructors and coaches out there who are just creating videos on the YouTube channel. What are they doing? They are helping people out to lose weight, gain muscle, become fit, having a stamina, have that great strength and all. Now what was the topic? Now you don't know anything about them. They don't have an introduction. I have worked. I used to follow this fitness person, and I did the workouts for like good 1 year, and I had no idea what this person came from, the language they speak anything. Like, I had no idea, no connection. So one of the ways is that you add so much of value in people's life that people don't even care about the introduction part of it. They just trust you that you are going to give them results. So for this, you also need not have to be certified in something. You don't have to be a coach on something. You just have to know your stuff. If you know your stuff better than anyone in the market, or if you know your stuff, for example, when you know your stuff in depth, forget about competition. If you know your stuff, or when you know your stuff in depth with your own experiences, people are going to resonate with you, align with you, trust you, that credibility goes down, and you are going to make more amount of money. So that's one way of doing it, where you have no idea who the other person is. You may not know about Fuzzle, but then that is one way of introduction. But just for the sake of you adding so much of value, people just love you for that. They're hands down to it. There are so many fitness coaches out there, fitness channels out there on YouTube, where they're teaching you so much. You have zero idea about that one person. No, anyways, that's one way of doing it. So now, the flip way on the doing it as well, for me, I resonate 75% there. That's me. Like, I resonate. How can I add so much of value without even you knowing about me? Like, I don't even care about you don't know about me, or you know about me. It's like, I just doesn't matter. What I am going to do for you is, when you ask me a question, or when you ask me a doubt, what I'm going to do, I'm going to help you out. That's all. That's like whole mission of us. That's all. Like, how can I help you out at the moment? Like, you don't need to know about my whole story. Maybe when I'm sharing a couple of strategies with you, or frameworks with you, I may share stories from here and there. That's great, that kind of inspires you. But then that has not to do with that shouldn't be the motive of it. So the second way of doing it, that's what we are going to talk about in this one video, is whenever you are creating an introduction of yourself, say typically on a webinar where you are interacting with a cold audience. And this is going to talk about that one part of it, like how do you create a powerful introduction about you in your webinar. So I'm going to change the title over here, in your webinar. Now, the first one, the mistake that I did for say 4 to 5 webinars, where I got like 0 conversions, something that I learned very late, where first point is not about biodata. They are not there for your biodata. Like, they don't need to know what school you studied or college you studied, whether you like donuts or not, whether you like bike rides or not, whether you like traveling or not. That's none of the business. They have come to learn something. They don't need to know, because when you start talking about the whole life of yours, it's never going to end. So for me, when I did my first or second webinar, I asked them for permission for like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. I took like 10 minutes, not 8 minutes, 10 minutes for finish my whole introduction. And by that, it was like, people will come and say that. So we don't have to get into that perspective. So again, you learn by a lot of mistakes. So that's point number one. Point number two is how about why you do something. Probably you start. Okay, you see, this is one topic where I just know very less amount of things, but then I have seen how things work. So that's what I'm going to share with you. Point number two is about all about why you do things. People come and connect with you. One of the reasons people connect with you is when they understand why you are doing calligraphy, or why you are learning a specific language, or why you are teaching a specific language. What are the why on the deeper level? Why is Fuzzle helping introverts? Why is Fuzzle helping people helping entrepreneurs? Why is Fuzzle so fond of course-based business from What's like, why is Fazal doing it? There is, when it comes to entrepreneurship, what typically happens is it takes like Garrett or Jared, he said, it takes mental and emotional capacity to handle the stress and the burden and the worries and the struggles and challenges and obstacles of an entrepreneur. The weight cannot be carried by everyone. It just takes that subtle, it is not subtle, it takes huge amount of capacity within yourself where you are broke and still you've got that hope with you. Like, this is going to work out. You are about to break down, but then you don't break down because you know this is going to break out. This is going to work out, not break down, this is going to work out. Now, why is Fazal even doing like helping entrepreneurs, like helping and like, why do you do this, Fazal? I can be just going to a job out there and being a freelancer. I'm not freelancer, going to a job out there, do any work, make like 20-25,000, with 30,000, and over a period of time you can keep on upskilling because of the leadership qualities, because of so many qualities that I have kind of picked up from entrepreneurship. That's definitely going to help me out with that. But then why doing this? Like, why are you doing this? Why do you want to create courses? Why do you want to build businesses? Why do you like what you are doing at the moment is way difficult than what you used to do before. Think about it. Why are you doing this? What is your reason to it? When people know that why to it, they resonate with you more than anything else. Like, it is like you become like mission oriented. You become like, this is going to be my agenda for the rest of my 10 years or rest of my life. Like, I'm just going to focus on this one thing, like just keep on moving forward. No matter what obstacle comes in, you just keep on moving forward. So why do you do it? So it's not about knowing what I'm doing it, why I'm doing it. It's about you asking that question to yourself. Cool. Now, if you are the part of the Academy of Artisan Scientists or / the House of Introvert Entrepreneurs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know the whole story of me. So I don't want to repeat the story with you, just giving you a perspective and a framework. Point number 3 is, again, it's kind of spoke about the same thing in the previous point, in the second point. Now, this is going to be the last part. We are going to wrap up this video. Third point is all about what inspired you to get through things. Okay. You are sacrificing a lot of things. When you are building a business, you are sacrificing a lot of things. It's not about money. Yes, it's definitely about money towards the end of the day. Yes, you need to be paying bills, your business bills, your bills, old debts, making that luxury life, future life, blah, blah, all good things. It's about money and how can you start making money. But then money is like your external part of it. What happens when you start making money? When you start making great amount of money, then the perspective comes into picture, right? Like, why are you doing now? Like, you made like 10 lakh rupees in like last 2 months. You made like 50 lakh rupees in last 4 to 5 months. Now, you have made more money than you were doing back in the day. Now, now? Why should I even work? Like, I say, let me work for like next 2 years and make like huge amount of money and then quit. And then when 3 years come down the line, you don't want to quit. You want to keep on moving forward. Now, why do you do it? It's not about money anymore. Money was a factor when you started off. It's not there afterwards. Like, why do you do anything? So point number 3 is what inspired you to get through things, because money is not the factor over there. Though money is the factor, but there will be some desires or say fantasies or deep reasons or deep struggles that you've been through, deep pain that you went through. Just like, I just don't want to go back to that. I want to keep on building and creating and focusing on something that I've like just moving for. So what are the reasons? So when you kind of pick all these lessons from your life, from whatever you've been through, this is going to be a powerful introduction. Cool. Like, how can you bring those instead of just the whole life of yours, those moments, and how do you derive those particular moments? You'll be having like a lot of moments. Say, for example, when I'm teaching people, say YouTube. Okay, I share a story of YouTube. When I'm sharing people of courses, I share a course. I share a story of a course. When I'm teaching and coaching people when it comes to video editing, I share that story. When I'm talking about, say, for example, anything. So my story will keep on changing. It doesn't change, but then based on that context, I bring a story of that. Those may not be macro reasons why I do it. Macro reasons stays on the top. Maybe it will be a handful of reasons. I wouldn't say like 2 or 3 reasons. There may be a handful of reasons. Say, you can pick those moments from your whole life. Like, that was a changing moment. 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 What are those changing moments for you? Okay, so pick those moments, put in the comment section, put in the notepad, think about it, then put that into your webinar script that you're doing, the masterclass script that you're doing, the workshop that you're doing. So that will get you more conversions. So thank you so much for making this video, me and the topic about it today. The previous YouTube video that I recorded is going to be even more powerful than this one that you watched. How to craft courses, ads, webinars, products, services to inspire. That was one video. It's going to be very impactful for you. Thanks so much for making this video, me and the topic about video. May peace and blessings be upon you and your loved ones.